Hello, hello, welcome to my channel. I am Amanda, and today I'm going to do, it's like a twin flame reading, okay? We're going to get what the masculine's energy is towards the feminine's energy, and then we're going to see what the universe wants for the two together combined. You know, the center energy in between the two. I just laid down cards. I was going to see where this was headed first before I jumped in, and oh man, it's something. Okay, let's look at the masculine's energy first. Okay, we got reconciliation and beauty at the top. This is what they're thinking. Okay, I really feel like the masculine is in their head and they're thinking about coming towards the feminine, because the masculine sees her beauty so much. It's like they're intimidated by it, okay? It's just you stand out from anybody else, or the feminine stands out more than anybody else. There's a physical attraction there, and they're wanting to return to this feminine, okay? They are there's unfinished business here, and they're like, it's time for me to come back. You know, that's what they're thinking inside their head. The feminine is in a different energy. The feminine is in a new cycle. She's making a fresh new start. It might be somewhere else, you know. The feminine is also, she's put everything that she possibly could out on the table to this masculine. And so now she's like, you know, what else is there to risk? I've already said it all. I've done all I can do. And now it's time for me just to go on my new beginning, start my new cycle and put my energy into something else, and just travel into that unknown journey, you know. So the feminine, she's really in her head, she's really thinking about just starting anew somewhere else. Okay, and then the masculine in his heart space, I feel like the roles have changed from, you know, it was like, it's been years. So for the last few years, the feminine has been more aggressive towards the masculine. And when I say aggressive, I mean just more, you know, more outward towards the masculine than the masculine has to the feminine. And the masculine has kind of, you know, stepped back, and they haven't been putting their energy in it. And while the feminine did, the feminine was, you know, they were the chaser so far, so say, you know, and the masculine was more of the runner. Well, I feel like the tides have turned. You know, the table has turned. I think this is really where the masculine wasn't looking at their self before, they are now. And they're looking at the feminine in a new light, and all of her beauty. Look at that. They see, that's in their thoughts. They see the feminine. I keep saying you, but I mean, they see the feminine in a different light than they had before. Okay? So in their heart, they have forever changed, a new self, lasting changes, a love that transforms. I feel like the masculine is starting to become addicted to the thought of the feminine. Okay? Because I got the addiction. Bad habits, addicted to sex, drinking, destructive behavior. And this doesn't have to be addiction to destructive behavior. Maybe so. Maybe, you know, in his heart, he's just like, I'm just going to self-sabotage this. You know, maybe his heart, he is saying this. But then again, it's like forever's changed. You see all these butterflies around her? It's like the new beginning, right? But I really feel like this, what's forever changed is his perspective on the feminine. It's like he has grown an addiction. I'm going to clarify all these. I did this for someone else the other day, and it was like such a beautiful reading. I'm going to clarify all these cards, and we're going to get really deep into it and see what's going on, okay? So we're going to clarify that addiction and see what's actually going on, but I really feel like it is the energy towards the feminine, is that he is becoming addicted. And this doesn't have to be he, y'all. It could be a female with male energy, or, you know, it could be, whoever, you know. Place it wherever it goes. I just say this is the masculine energy, this is the feminine energy. That's how I laid it out. Okay, well, his intentions to the feminine is ready to start dating. I feel like also they're getting over someone, so they're just building up to this. I feel like your memories are taking over their whole existence. I feel like you surround them, and it's just, I keep saying you, the feminine surrounds the masculine, and he's stuck in it. He's stuck in these memories, and he can't get out of them. That's why he's fell into addiction. It's like a loop constantly in his mind. Okay, so now the feminine over here. She's in a new cycle, and we got, she was ready to take into a new journey of the unknown, okay? But in her heart, she knows that she's captured by the masculine. It's hard to resist. It's hard to pull back. But we have the gypsy here. So it's like she knows the unknown. She knows right now she is being held back. The universe is holding her back from the masculine to protect her. 100%. She's just being protected from this situation, okay? This masculine doesn't want to hurt this feminine. And the universe, God, whoever, doesn't want the masculine to hurt the feminine through his transition, okay, through his glow up, so say, him getting a new self. So she's being protected, okay, and it's really hard for her to hold back because she knows. The gypsy's here. She knows all. She knows what's going on with this masculine, and she knows that she could probably intervene and probably say a few things that would help this masculine, but she also knows if she does that, it's not going to come out, it's just going to be like trying to manipulate the outcome, and we got that in the center. And she's like, I can't manipulate the outcome. I have to let it play out naturally. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so the feminine's intentions, I have high profile relationship, spotlight. People envy the connection, power couple. Expression of interest, wanting to talk, communication is key. Okay, so I feel like the feminine is like, yes, if you want a new beginning, you're going to have to come to me. You're going to have to call me. You're going to have to come correct, and we're going to have to go public with this. Dang. So the feminine is tired of the masculine hiding her. She's like, if you see me in this beautiful light, if you see me stand out from the rest, why don't I get that public recognition like I should? Why don't we put it outward? It's almost like she needs proof, too, that this masculine has changed before they go into that, But she knows this is a powerful couple. The two together is powerful. They both know that no one compares to another. No one compares to them. Okay, we got the first love is the universe is saying that this is true love. This was love at first sight. Yes, you're right. It was love at first sight. No one compares to each one of you. You could go and you can try, this masculine might have tried to go outside of the situation and find happiness, but he just couldn't, The feminine might have tried to begin this new cycle, but she's still hypnotized by his love. It's hard to resist this love, right? So the universe is saying, yes, there is something here. We did make this for a reason. And I have a feeling they're working behind the scenes. We got spell work. Manipulating the outcome. I feel like the universe is manipulating the outcome to help the situation. To bring this together like it should. And then on the bottom I got gossip. And I'm not too sure we're gonna get deeper in this. But it's almost like the universe saying they want people to start talking about you. I don't know why. That's weird. Gossip about you, worried others will talk, heard rumors about you. I don't know. We're going to dig deep in that because I don't know exactly what that's about. Okay, so let's get in. What is this reconciliation for the masculine? I don't do reversals. I just had some Okay, so the masculine right now is wearing a poker face, okay? But I'm going to tell you exactly why he's wearing a poker face. Hold on, let me get my cards in order. He's secretly stalking the feminine, I can tell you that. There's a love activation going on right now, and he is fighting it, okay? He is fighting this awakening. His heart space is starting to open, and he's starting to realize, with that love activation right there, he's starting to realize what's true. But he is fighting it, and he's putting on this poker face. And he's not expressing nothing, you know? He's trying to heal from something in the past, and it's kind of intimidating to come into something into the future, okay? Now let's see. I feel like he's scared. He's scared that this might not be real, you know, because it's like it's unworldly. So it's like, is this something that's real, you know? It's like he's needing confirmation, and he's searching for answers. He might even be like exaggerating minor issues, like something little happened and he's like blowing it up huge, you know? What is this beauty? Something is brewing. Yeah, breaking point. Losing emotional strength on the verge. And that's because you stand out, or this feminine stands out from the rest, you know? He's like, I've learned my lesson. I've held back too long from this beauty queen, from this feminine. And I've been foolish. It's been careless of me. Like I wasn't serious before, and I can't believe that, you know, that I wasn't, that I didn't, that I played tricks. And so he's like rising his vibration, and he's coming into a point where he just can't hold back any longer. He's on the verge. Okay, and this is in his thoughts. He's on the verge in his thoughts. What is forever change? Okay, so I feel like this was an ending that he went through. And then it was like, I have to end this situation before I even come towards this feminine. And that's why this feminine is being protected, because they knew that they had something to heal. You know, the feminine knew that the masculine had to heal something before he could make this love offer. We got soulmate and love offer. So, and divorce. So it was like they had to terminate something, whether it be a marriage or, you know, a commitment or connection or a situation. You know, there was some kind of separation that had to be had before he can come in and have a sincere offer of love, before he can give that, you know, expression of love, because I really feel like he was holding back on it before. But he knows this is a soul connection, and he knows that there's compatibility here, and he's ready to go towards that. Let's touch on the feminine real quick. What is this new cycle coming? Twin flame. Holy cow. Okay, so yeah, maybe the feminine is just touching in, and she knows exactly if the masculine is coming into a new cycle, you know, and the two of them together are going to come up on this new cycle. It's like, it's right in her face. What is this risk? Now, for some of you, the feminine could have children with someone else in another situation, and she really feels like it's really risky for her to pull her energy, you know, from one situation and put it to another situation if it's not going to work out. Like, she's got a lot on the line, is what I'm saying, okay? So this feminine has a lot on the line. It doesn't have to be children, y'all. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. It's just there's something that she has to walk away to, because remember, we mirror each other. If we're on this twin flame journey, we're mirroring each other. So it's like what the feminine comes up to, the masculine has to come up to too. And so she's learning lessons as well. And she's learning, you know, what do I need to do to heal more, you know? A lot of healing. Taking a risk. She knows there's a bright future. She's not waiting on this masculine, okay? She's doing her own thing. She knows that timing is in play. And she's like, I'm going to take a break from it. You know, I'm going to take a vacation from it. Because I was put out in the cold, you know. Yes, this is my home. This is how I feel. But I was ghosted. So we got the ghosting in the home. So yes, it's like a loving energy. But it was like you were out in the cold. The feminine was put out in the cold. She had to heal. And this healing, it put her in a place of the unknown. Where am I going to go next? Because it was like in her head, she had it mapped out what was going to happen. And the masculine didn't come. I mean, no tea, no shade, right? The masculine was going to come and they were going to begin this new life. And then it was like, well, that didn't happen. So maybe I need to start, you know, doing something else, moving in a different direction. And moving on from this situation. And that was her taking a risk. She laid all the cards on the table. She told him how she felt. And she picked up her stuff and she was like, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to move. I know that one day we might get into a new cycle, you know, because we are connected at this high level. And I know that we are spiritually meant to be together. But is it going to happen now? We don't know. It's up in the air. You know, and that's what the feminine is thinking in her head. We just don't know what's next. So she moved on. She took care of herself. She reevaluated her needs. And she said, okay, well, I'm just going to go on to the future and, you know, and a different direction than this masculine. And she wasn't waiting anymore. She wasn't even holding on to hope. What is this hypnotize, you know? But in your heart, in your heart, it's always a different tone. That feminine felt unvalued in this situation. She's in, you know, in a crossroads. She's saying, I know that this can grow with time. I know that this needs time to grow. I know that I have to learn a lot of lessons before I go towards this masculine, before this masculine is open towards me. I know there's a lot of things to look through. I know there's self-delusions that I have to get through. I know I have to remove the blockages. But it's also like, you know, it's also a very painful experience. But you're willing to fight for love. It's worth the trouble. That's what you're saying. That's what the feminine is saying. Is it worth the trouble? My heart says it's worth the trouble. Love's growing. I know it's growing. I know I'm only being protected right now because someone isn't wanting to hurt me in this situation because they're going through a lot. You know, they're going through, working through addictions or working through things that aren't serving them. This is definitely the feminine's wish come true. What is the gypsy? Knowing you need to just take your energy away right now. And not, you know, not put too much into this because you're just going to hurt yourself if you do. Maybe some of you might be moving. It's just, you know within this is home. You know within this is your mate. This is where you build. But then again, it's like, this right now, it's just causing arguments. It's creating drama in your life. There's moments of tension constantly. And it's just like, you have to change that. You have to take a break from that. You have to walk away from it and let whatever's happening play out. Okay, what are these memories for the masculine's energy? Oh, we did the addiction. Let's get the addiction for the masculine's energy. Okay, so I feel like the masculine, these addictions is kind of like holding on to something, because addictions is kind of like the devil, and it's like attachments that you're holding on to. And I feel like that he wasn't budging on that. The masculine wasn't budging on releasing something that they were, it was like a unhealthy attachment that they had. And now that's what they've been doing. They've been working on cleaning the situation up, making healthier choices and cutting out negativity. And I feel like that's a lot of self-sabotage too. I feel like the masculine has tried to manifest, or he did manifest, and then whenever it came to him, he was overwhelmed by it. And then he self-sabotaged his way down. And he said, I'm not ready for this. And then it ended. And I feel like that's what these addictions are. That's what is his self-sabotaging thoughts. And he's cleaning that up. He's having healthier thoughts right now. I feel like these could be thoughts about what he has in life, Like he could be at a place where he doesn't want to give to the feminine because of the fact that he doesn't have that big, nice house or that, Ferrari or whatever it may be. He might be thinking that it's blocking him, and it's not. Because the feminine, if I know the feminine well enough, the feminine is only worried about what the masculine brings emotionally, not what he can bring materially. Like his material abundant, that's not what feminine, and that's not what twin flames are about. They don't care about material shit. They are spiritually entangled. So, he is like literally self-sabotaging himself because he thinks that there is there's a block, because he puts the block up because he doesn't have enough in life. And it's like he's refusing to change that. And he's standing his ground. He's like, if I don't have this, this, and this, then I can't bring in that love offer. I can't have my soulmate. What's brewing inside of me is just going to stay. It's not going to ever, it's never going to manifest into the physical. It's always going to be in the 5D, where I've kept it, where I've hid it. I'm telling you, these memories, they're haunting the masculine. Let's see, what are these memories for the masculine? He keeps on thinking. He's like, why in the hell did I come in? Like, I don't know. Some of y'all could be dealing with somebody that came in, love bombed you, cut you off, left, and then freaked out because, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my feminine. And that's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about how they chose freedom over abundance. Oh, they weren't ready to commit. And now they're flipping out. They're like, man, they're jealous. They see that you are having, you're sitting up here in a new cycle. You're risking everything, saying whatever. If you don't want, I keep saying you. The feminine is saying they're risking everything they have. And they're saying, I don't, if you don't want to bring it to me 100%, then I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to tell you to back off. And if you don't come back to me, then oh well. And the masculine is like, oh shit, what did I do? I cut ties, and now it's like, it's now like they're wanting the feminine's attention now after they cut ties. Give me one more of that. Yeah, they want the equal give and take now. Because it's like the feminine just walked off. There was something that came between the masculine and feminine. The feminine walked off and the masculine was like triggered. Like, whoa, she walked off from me? What is this dating here for the masculine? Oh, that's a lot. So the masculines, like, they're being triggered. Like I said, they're being triggered. They're having mixed feelings about how the feminine had walked away, and they're looking at it. They're kind of in a place of angry, of resentment, But they're being triggered, and they're looking at this, and they're like, I could just see them. Look. Why did my feminine leave me? What did I do? What can I bring this back to reality? Can we bring this back to where we were? They were holding back because they were in fear of falling more in love, and that's exactly what they did. They held back, and then bam, they love bombed themselves. It's like the feminine didn't even have to love bomb because the masculine did it all. Like, the masculine pushed the feminine away. The feminine was like, fine, I'm leaving. The masculine sat in their energy, was so triggered that the feminine actually left. It brought in conflicting feelings within. Like, why did my feminine leave? I thought she would be there forever. The divine intervention. This is the behind the scenes. This is what the universe is working on. That manipulating the outcome. They're working behind the scenes, and they're showing this masculine exactly what happened. It's coming clear. What is the masculine's energy, all the way around energy towards the feminine? Wedding. Seeing a future with them, taking it to the next level. They choose you. Yeah, they choose you. They choose you because you walked away whenever they weren't giving you that equal give and take, or they've given that feminine that equal give and take, and now they're realizing, they're seeing it. They're like, I choose you. I had mixed feelings before, but I choose you. I was running before, but now I'm chasing. What is this phone call? There's secrets that's going to come to light, okay? I feel like you're going to talk, there's going to be a phone call. And I feel like that you are both are going to talk about everything. You're going to lay it all on the table. You're going to say exactly how you feel. And you're going to say, why did you reject me? Why did you leave me out in the cold? You could have said something. Like, you're going to tell this person, you could have said something. You could have said, hey, I need a moment to work through the things that I'm going through, instead of, maybe this person was very mean towards you, trying to manipulate the situation. This masculine fell in love with the feminine, and it hit him like a ton of bricks. And they said, oh my God, I have to run. This is something that triggers me. This is something that it paralyzes me. I can't do this. It's conflicting feelings for me. And you're going to say, when they're going to call you, and you're going to say, or the feminine's going to say, you left me out in the cold. I don't want I don't want a relationship that's only based on, sexual energy. Maybe this person might reach out to you and they might, I don't know. But I got the sex in reverse. So I feel like you're going to be like, no, you're going to have to explain yourself first. Before you even come near me, you're going to have to explain yourself. You're going to have to tell me. And you're going to have to, these secrets that you were holding has to come to light. I can't do this. You hiding. I need proof. Where's the spotlight? I feel like feminine, I feel like your love is haunting this masculine, okay? I feel like they're going to come in and they're going to give extravagant gestures, and I feel like you're going to question these gestures. They're going to want to make it up to you, and you're going to question the shit out of them, okay? I kind of feel like something still needs to be healed here. We got the mirroring. And then I also have boundaries. Mental prison. And going in circles, yeah. I really feel like if this person comes back into your life, I feel like you need to talk about how you go in circles and how you repeat cycles with each other. Then that's masculine and feminine. Either one of you. If you are going back to a feminine and you're a masculine, you need to talk about the fears that you have, and that why you're going in circles, and why you've been so blocked. Because I don't think you're going to get anywhere. Either one of you are going to get anywhere until you get that all out on the table. When you lay them cards all out on the table and you finally speak your truth and you say exactly what you need to say, Let's get into the universe to see what's going on. I feel like you need to talk about your fears. Definitely need to talk about your fears. Your passions. What do you want, What are your expectations? What do you not want expectations on? Because that, a lot of times, I'm going to tell you now, the masculine's overwhelmed because of the expectations of the feminine. The feminine knows exactly, right? She's the gypsy. She's sitting here. She knows it all. She knows exactly what the masculine's doing. She knows exactly what's going on with them. She knows why they're acting this way. But it's like, you both need to really talk to each other about your expectations on one another, because the masculine feels like the feminine has put a lot of high expectations on the masculine. But what they don't know, it's not really like that, you know? It's not like, oh, we've got to save the world together. No, it's just like we need more communication together. We need to look at our fears, look at our triggers. What triggers us in this situation? That's how you heal. As you working through those triggers and those anxieties and those fears together. Because, whew, if you don't, you end up like this. Resentful. Because a lot of the masculine are feeling that way towards the feminine. The feminine has really gotten to her own. She's really come into a place where she is, she might even be in the spotlight by herself, you know? She's coming into a place where she's a lot more balanced. She's a lot more easygoing. She's just like, whatever comes, and whatever goes, you know. Yeah, we're repeating cycles, but, I mean, whatever. I'm kind of learning lessons as I go. You know, there's a sense of the feminine knowing that the masculine comes in her life for a reason, and she just kind of rolls with it now. For a long time, she was in that place of obsession, and she was in that place of chasing. But I don't feel like she's in that place of chasing, and she's not in that place of, I just said it, of addiction with this masculine anymore. She's not in that mental prison, overthinking things, constantly thinking about the masculine, you know, not being able to escape the connection. She's getting over that. And I really feel like that's what's drawing the masculine to the feminine, is that she's putting up her boundaries, and she sees her worth, and she sees she's unvalued by the masculine. And the masculine is waking up, and he's saying, whoa, shit, I need to get my shit in order. I need to get out of these addictions. I need to leave this resentment away, you know, alone. Come into a place where I'm not jealous. My gosh. Because that's where the masculine is sitting, in a little resentment, you know, and they're sitting in a place of attachment towards the feminine, fear of losing the feminine. And this, on my table, is the first time this has happened. The masculine usually is in a place of, you know, he's not seeing anything, and he's running. He's not really embracing. But now he's like, whoa, what is this brewing inside of me? I don't know where this is coming from, but it's like the feminine has this beauty that I just can't stop seeing. Because it's true love. That's why. What is this first love from the universe? Friendship, heartbreak. My rock. Okay, so the two of you could have started out as friends. It could have been just a solid friendship, a solid bond in the beginning, you know. And then there was something that caused a breakup, or you know, of two people separating from each other. I feel like it was like, you just can't move on. The universe says you can't move on. This is your rock. This is your solid foundation. You find security and you find stability in this person, whatever it may be. And you find a good friend in this person, a good ear, a good conversation, you know, somebody to lean on, somebody to have, is to support you. And I feel like you've had that situation with this person before, but you have just grown apart from each other, because we have, you know, the heartbreak in the middle. It's like suffering and grieving. And I feel like that's in the middle of the situation. Like you two were really building trust and building a foundation at one point. It was like you were friends before you become lovers, and then there was a heartache that come, and it's kind of like it really triggered both of you in a different way, you know. And it's just, the universe is saying this is your rock. You know, you went through this heartbreak for a reason, because you love this person very much. And that's for both masculine and feminine. What does this spell work? So it said like the universe in the center of the situation, the universe was manipulating the outcome, and it was like helping you, like it was working behind the scenes, and that's exactly what it's doing. If you might feel trapped, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, wherever you might feel trapped, you might not feel trapped for much longer. I feel like, yes, there was an abrupt ending, there was no closure, like there was, all communication was ended, okay? But it was because this person had to sacrifice something. They had to give up something first before they went ahead and I mean, this could be masculine or feminine, whoever had to give up this addiction. It might have been, you know, it must have been a masculine, had to give up some type of addiction to maybe somebody else, something else, you know, something of that. This is what trapped the two, what put the feminine in the mental prison. You know, what stopped the masculine from going towards the feminine is they had to deal with something. They had to go ahead and give something up, and it was a painful decision. I feel like this masculine went through a lot of things with this decision. This masculine this situation made the masculine very angry, very jealous, because other people were having their come up, and then they were going through this hard time where they had to give up something, and it might have been something they loved, you know, it might have been something they cared for, but it was like the universe is moving the energy, and it's manipulating, and it's pulling the masculine away from what they initially planned. Because I don't feel like, in a lot of ways, I don't feel like the feminine was planned into the masculine's path by the masculine. The feminine was put in the masculine's path by the universe. And this is where we're getting that manipulation in the center. Okay, so the masculine did have to work on that. They had to build that, because twins, they mirror each other, okay? And they're not, when they come together, they're not like always on the same page as each other. Like, one wants to run and one wants to chase. Their energy's not always aligned with each other, and I feel like that's what the situation was. It was like the universe puts each other in alignment with each other just so you can come together, and then it was like the masculine fought it. The masculine fought this and was like, this is not what I want. This is not what I planned for my life. I planned something else, and I didn't. And it doesn't have anything to do with the feminine, y'all. It does not have to do with the way she looks, the way she acts, the way she talks, the way she, anything, okay? The way she loves, any of that. This is nothing to do with the feminine. This has to only do with the masculine and what he is dealing with, okay? Because the feminine, she's been working on herself too, because they mirror each other, right? As the masculine, it's more prominent in the masculine right now than it is in the feminine. But let me tell you, she's battled herself and what she wants too, and she's battled sacrificing things for this situation as well. What is this gossip? It's a dry spell between the two. I really feel like the universe is saying, yes, this is a dry spell from the two. the masculine might be ignoring the feminine right now because they're running from themselves, y'all. And I'm not laughing at the situation, but it's just the way it came out. We got the runner here. Upright. So, and one person's running and the other one's not chasing, okay? I don't feel like the feminine's chasing. We got chaser in reverse. I do not feel like she doesn't have that low self-esteem anymore to where she chases. I think the feminine has learned her lesson. She's like, I'm not dealing with a player. I refuse to deal with this. And they're just putting they're putting their self into their own work, and they're working long hours, and they're just like, I'm gonna let the divine intervene in this and do their work. I'm not going to overextend my energy towards the situation any longer. So there is, a dry spell that's here. And it's all about timing, y'all. And then somebody is regretting. At the same time, they're feeling remorseful. They're wanting to undo the damage that they did, and that's this masculine's wanting to undo the damage, but he just doesn't know how. It's like they're waiting for the right time. So patience is needed from the feminine, definitely. Things are going very, very slow. It's like one bite at a time, okay? This masculine is going through an activation, okay? It is definitely an activation. They are full of, turbulence right now. And they're working through toxic things. They're going to have an ending with this toxic energy. I feel like they're going to bring in an apology about stringing you along, and they're going to tell you that, you're their main site. You're what they want, but I'm telling you, it's going to be, there's patience needed here for sure. One more to close it out. This is true love, y'all. It's worth the wait, okay? I saw it on here. It's worth the wait. The angels are, the universe is doing what they need to do. They're manipulating the outcome, okay? It's funny how that comes up. They are doing things behind the scenes. And how long have I had to say this? I mean, they have been doing things for behind the scenes for a very long time, but it's working. The masculine is coming into a place where he's finding that proof. He's focusing on himself right now, and he's finding proof that this is something in his life. And he can't believe that, he can't believe he's been so selfish this whole time. Okay, love and light to all of y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just going, we're going to work through this energy. We're going to get through it. Everything's going to turn out okay. The little time, there was a point where the masculine was ready, and they were going to reach out their energy to the feminine, and now it's just they kind of pull themselves back, which is okay, You just work on yourself. Put yourself in your own work. Reconciliations on this masculine's mind. If you're a feminine watching this, know that they want to work things out with you, and they want to bring this into a place where they can work with you, and they can, they are in balance. There's unfinished business here for sure. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. Love and light to y'all, and y'all hit that like button, okay, and y'all subscribe. All right, bye bye.